I have secondhand embarrassment. I don't think it was Tim's best moment, but I don't really want to perpetuate sharing that out and making it worse on him. We did find out, he mentioned...
It's just skins, like transparent scumbag. Like, oh, you know, I didn't want this to happen. This was like the last thing that I wanted, and it's like really up. That it's so embarrassing for Tim too, and it looks so bad on him. And obviously he's like sown the wrong, and he's like farming this all for content. Not me though. I'm actually just like stating facts and stuff like that. But it's so embarrassing for him. I hope he can recover. I hope he can change his mind about these things.
You will never wave money in my face and make me disavow anybody, especially someone I care so little about. Eliza Bleu. She's been on the show 2 times. If you're gonna cancel because I won't do what you say, you shouldn't have been here in the first place. Bye-bye. Don't let the...
He got downvoted! He got raised! 21,000 upvotes to 23,000 downvotes. Well, I guess the victor of this, not the war, but the battle. But the battle would probably be Jeremy Hamblin.
Door hit your on the way out.
Now for nonsense that means nothing and is not important for the outcome of our lives. I will quickly catch you all up on the civil war that is taking place and the Tim Pool versus Quartering feud that doesn't seem to be slowing down. And as always, let them fight. Let them fight. The 2 teams on this one, of course, all of Tim Cast versus all of Jeremy Hamblin, the Quartering, and everyone who associates with either one of those. There's a large pool of people who obviously associate directly with one or the other, are having to choose, ooh, which one of my 2 larger content creators am I going to have to pick on this one? There is a woman by the name of Eliza Bleu, who is a sexual assault trafficking survivor and activist. She's also a Serf, as in she's very anti-sex worker, very exclusionary to sex workers, and for a long time has been, well, I mean, her prominence has really come, and fame, like major fame on the right, really started to ramp up when Elon Musk took over Twitter, and started being someone who was coordinating with Elon Musk when he was trying to sell everyone on the idea that he was in fact removing child abusers and child porn from the website. And a lot of people just believed him because he said it, because he was like, so we're lowering the amount of child porn on the site. It's less now. And then Jordan Peterson was all like, oh, I can confirm I've been looking for child porn all day and I can't find any. Oh God, there's none left. Like, that was also kind of a wild time. Recently, all of the right, well, not all of the right, but a lot of the right has been turning on Eliza Bleu. And the reason they're turning on her is because they claim that she has in fact been lying about her past. Now, if there's one thing and one thing alone that the right wing cannot stand, is if you in your past have done anything sexual. Doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, if you have been a sex worker, a model, if you've done something that they spend all their day being like, porn is evil, you know, music videos are evil, they're satanic, this is bad, blah, blah, blah. And then it comes out years later as a right-winger, unfortunately your days are numbered, every single one of you, because they don't accept that. They consider you to be forever tainted. It's the one, like, area where the right is not forgiving. You know, you always talk about purity testing on the left, and that there's like, you know, that thing where leftists always turn on leftists because they're not reaching the same level of leftism at any given moment. Well, in this case, it's like, if you were ever a proud cuck as a man, never again. That's what happened to Jack Murphy. Jack Murphy not only got fucking blacklisted from the right, Tim Pool had to drop him from a show, and the Quartering went after him hard, and then he was like posting straight up revenge porn of him online. And then when it comes to Eliza Bleu, she has a history in entertainment where she was doing music videos, and ones in which she is obviously sexualized in those music videos. And so the link to that, or screenshots of that, Jeremy, as well as Brittany Murphy and some other right-wingers were posting, being like, care to explain this? And then she got their accounts taken down or locked. Because she again is very close with Elon Musk and has a way to reach him, and those 2 accounts got locked down, the videos got taken down, and then she claimed that was people posting revenge porn of her, when in fact it was actually a music video that she had been paid to act in. So the argument would be, was she coerced into being into that video? Was she forced? Was she experiencing assault as a result of that, even if she was receiving compensation for it? Huge thing. I'm not here to talk about the validity of whether or not Eliza Bleu is telling the truth, or you know, using that as a position of power to work within Elon Musk's world, or the right, or any of those kind of things. There is something that I saw the other day. Actually, I should pull up this video clip that does make me pretty strongly think massive yikes.
That the community and the child
Actually, sorry, I gotta put a content warning at the bottom before I play this clip because it's that yikesy.
If the child so desires to have intercourse with an adult, the parents, caregivers, and anyone that's, I mean, it's just what I just said. That would be up to if the child has desire, and if the community also decides that the person that they're supposed to have intercourse with is not using force, fraud, coercion, manipulation.
Why don't you have a seat there and get comfortable?
Yeah, that's again, some people are like, well, what about the context? I was like, okay, well, I mean, if the full context is also going to be posted, sure, but that's like, there's nothing defensible about anything there. No, kids can't consent to having sex with adults. Doesn't matter if the kid wants it. There's no scenario in which it's like, it's okay because the kid was actually interested in having a sexual encounter with an adult in this case. So this is actually, yes, kids can't consent to having sex with adults.
Well, I normally take Saturdays off, or at least have in 2023, but I want to address something that I guess I just found out.
It's gonna take so long.
Normally, I talk to Tim via Facebook Messenger, and then like a day or two ago, it said that he was offline. I was like, oh, maybe he's just taking some time off or whatever. Didn't even really think about it. Then I opened my Twitter this morning, and I had been blocked by Tim Pool. And of course, you know, that came as a shock to me, but maybe not really that shocking. And I want to address what I think it really is, and perhaps what maybe's all led to it. And maybe, you know, hopefully it's just a miscommunication. And, you know, I'd call him if I had his phone number. I do not have his phone number. I'd email him if I had his email. I do not have his email. I don't really have any other way to get a hold of him other than Facebook Messages, which is all we've ever used. And I can't DM him because he didn't follow me. And then I was like, wait, does he follow me? And then I'm like, oh, he blocked me. So I think that this is you know, on the surface of a really weird look, but there are a lot of things that perhaps could have led up to this. And, you know, I'm not mad at Tim. I really don't. This video is not like, go unsubscribe from Tim. I just want to address, you know, because, you know, normally if a content creator,
Jeremy lives for the cloud of being friends with these losers, so it breaks him. I love it. I
block me or something, it might be good for a meme or two. But this is different because, you know, Tim and I share a huge audience, and I don't want you all to feel like you have to choose. I think you should watch whomever you wish. And it's important. The most important thing in all of this, to me, in this video, is that the people that watch us both don't feel like I'm asking you to choose. I would never want that. And
by the way, he's always doing that weird ass like wink. I mean, I wouldn't want you to have to choose between which person, content creator, and then extended universe you want to actually follow down. I mean, you don't have to make that choice. I'm not saying that.
People that watch me exclusively, you know, I would suspect that we have more than a 50% crossover. So, you know, I don't really want to turn this into a war or anything like that. I think I know why he did it. But it's kind of a winding road to get there. So there's a lot
this was a couple days ago, by the way. So last night, Tim Pool's doing a stream, and then I think he paywalled his stream where he talks about the whole Eliza Bleu situation. Whatever was being said in that, and we're going to look at some clips, apparently was inflaming Jeremy enough that he was live tweeting so much shit. Like, I don't know if it was one of the drunken live tweeting nights, but it was just like, you know, oh, good grift. Wow, yeah, oh, turning this into such, oh, yeah, I got to respect the grift because it's so effective. Yeah, oh, really turning the content butter out of this one. You know, all that kind of shit.
Speculation, and the top real kind of theories, which I think the real answer is everything combined. Spoiler alert. First, let's talk about the
you streamers. Stuff. Fair.
Okay. Yes, I've been critical of Tim.
If ever there was a call out, you streamers, lol, drama for easy click monies. You know the really gross thing about the entire thing, spectacle for pay, is that there's certainly a part of every streamer that looks down and is having a debate or an argument or getting into fights with people where all of a sudden it's like, holy shit, my numbers have just quadrupled as I'm doing something that's making both people on both sides kind of not mentally well, because both of us are very angry right now and we're both like, I fucking fuck you, blah, blah. And it's just like everyone's like, whoa, because everyone it's like, what's going on in this side? Ooh, this is a good corner of the internet. Oh, I like this. Oh, when did this start? Hey, come over here. It's like, what? Oh, oh yeah. Oh, damn. what do we see?
For not covering it. But I have also, in multiple occasions, both on podcasts and live streams and stuff like that, said, and if Tim didn't think it was clear before, allow me to say it now, I do not blame Tim Pool for having somebody on his show. I did a whole podcast with Sydney Watson about it. You know, I think that you can do a base level of research, but if you have guests every night, it's not like you're going to dig all the way into their past. And to be honest, even if she was a liar or a grifter, no one really cared until she started taking advantage of Twitter systems to ban and silence critics, and also then YouTube. Again, that's the issue here, and I want everyone to remember that. Yes, Eliza Bleu appears to be just another grifter. Toss her in the pile with Jack Murphy and everyone else, okay? However, what I'm concerned about.
The exact example I gave you all, by the way. That was I was like, yeah. So that's what happened to Jack Murphy. Jack Murphy was a proud cuck back in the day. Was not a person who does kink shaming. He was completely avowed about it. He was also super yikesy, by the way. I'm not here to endorse Jack Murphy. Jack Murphy had a lot of fucking pedophilic takes. Age of consent, 16, ideal impregnation, weird ass obsession with grip strength and all. Like, the guy is a fucking creep show. They should have ousted him a long time ago after seeing that one special where he's talking to, like, Tim Pool and Ian Crossland were agreeing with the take where it's like, back in the day it was totally normal for a young woman to be impregnated at 16. That was just how it was. It's like, it was that way for thousands of years. It's like, so people get so upset when you bring that up and they get all mad about that. But really, I mean, at the end of the day, that was the ideal age to be impregnated. And you're like, you are all talking like a bunch of libertarian pedos right now. Like, yeah, women also died all the time during childbirth. Like life was pretty fucking brutal and savage. It's a good thing that it's not as bad as that, and women have more autonomy, and they aren't a form of property anymore. That's a good thing that they're not a form of property anymore, and that we can actually allow them to pick and choose who they want to marry. In some parts of the world, no, but in some parts of the world, yes. That's an improvement. That's a march towards a more equitable future for people of different genders. So yeah, you might be factually correct that women were impregnated much younger in their lives, and they also died during childbirth at much higher rates. So,
and what you're about to find a little bit more about on Monday.
What's up with the grip strength? It was just a course. So Jack Murphy had a whole course we went through, and one of the things was like the usual MGTOW red pill shit. It's like men are losing, their masculinity. Traditional masculinity is being destroyed for the gay agenda, the global homo agenda. Men no longer are defenders and protectors of women and have strength, like all this. And part of it was like grip strength. Like, men's grip strength has been weakening over the years. That's why I held a course on grip strength and improving one's grip strength until you can have the strongest fucking grip strength. And I assume if it wasn't for something, like, because they're kind of no-fappy, so it's probably not for, like, squeezing your dick. It's probably for handshakes during, like, job interviews, I would assume, because that's a thing, right? Like, that's when you're supposed to impress another individual, when it's business-related. Not too strong, because then you seem like some kind of, like, over-trying weirdo, but you can't just go limp in their hand, because then the other person's going to be like, oh, that's weird to hold. It feels like noodles. So maybe that's it. I don't know.
Tuesday is, the tortious interference that happened between multiple people paying for Twitter Blue and the apparent favoritism or systems that were taken advantage of inside of Twitter to quickly silence criticism, and then the backpedaling that the Vice President of Trust and Safety issued to seemingly reinvent the rules. Oh, Tim Pool's training. Congratulations, Tim. So that's what I'm most concerned about.
No
Tim
one wants
is not a drama guy. He doesn't define drama the same way you or I might, but he doesn't talk about other creators very often. I don't blame Tim for. I 100% understand that. It's been relentless for weeks. But where I think Tim is misplacing blame here is he must think that I've told them to do that. That moves so fast because the show's so popular, I can't even keep up and read what's going on.
You're going to
talk about and stop taking people's money for it. That's a criticism that might make you uncomfortable, but I think it's just from my heart. It's not a good look when you're making thousands a night of people asking you to talk about a story and you don't even acknowledge it. It's funny for a night or two, but it's been weeks. I even told my viewers, please stop super chatting him money to ask him to talk about this. So, at no point have I told people to barrage your chat. In fact, I told people to stop super chatting you about it.
I mean, it's nice to know that the exact same feuds that happen amongst, like, liberal or lefty or progressive circles are happening, or even amongst, like, inner communities. Anarchists going after each other, communists going after each other, fucking, it's happening on the high levels of the far right and in the fucking hate LGBTQ plus people for money griftosphere. They're also doing the exact same thing. Like, I wasn't trying to degrade you, okay, dog, and I wasn't trying to, but you should answer the super chats, not the super, like, I don't want them to do that, but you should acknowledge them, and you should also respond to them, but also don't do that.
And again, Tim and others and Tim's viewers and stuff, let me be abundantly clear here, and my viewers, please do not do this. It's been 2 weeks. He's not going to talk about it.
Okay, so I have some of these receipts. I wanted to prepare for you the best of nonsense, the best of trash in this regard, because I think you deserve it, everyone. So the account is Crabman. Is Blue a they? Just here to dislike, then I'm out. Griffcast, Coffee Brand Coffee, Tim Cast Blue, Tim looks sad, Eliza Blue, Eliza Cast, Eliza Goo, Super Chat Grifter, Blue Waffle. If you can't address what we want you to, I can't give you any money. Unfollow Quartering, Don't Rock the Boat Cast, News Team, Eliza Fluffers, Eliza Blue, Money Cast, ACDC, Where's the Devil Horns? While the chat is very upset. Adam Shillcast, How is Eliza, you muffet? The Tim is an Eliza simp. Quartering is greater than Timmy. The Gay Cast, Tom McDonald is a Canadian, not a Californian. Very, very random, like and like a wild Tom McDonald burn appears. True, Tom McDonald is a Canadian. He is a Canadian. That one is true. I can't argue with that. Shane Cashman never reached out to me for the coordinating. Brittany, let Ye speak. Talk about Jack. Eliza Murphy cast. Hey, what about Eliza Blue? Hitting that. Lamau. The music is not interesting. I really want to see if Tim is going to ignore the Eliza Blue situation. Eliza Blue's Tim cast. Tim cast brought to you by Eliza. Eliza Blue Tim's cast. Eliza Blue. Eliza Blue. So this was a full-blown brigade. So as the quartering is, I don't know if he was streaming live, but as he's clearly live tweeting, because he was fucking live tweeting a firestorm, the Tim cast chat is just filling with everyone. Fucking all clear big fans. We have to change culture and stop censorship. We can't be like CNN. You've become CNN. Sad steak when Ian is the most credible person on the show. Ian, by the way, if you missed this, who after the Ye appearance and the subsequent Alex Jones appearance, had the audacity to say that he thinks that Ye was awakening Jewish people to God. Yeah, and that was a comment that was so wild that even Tim was like, I'm gonna be honest with you, that's the craziest thing you've ever said. I was like, wow, that was too much for even Tim Pool. Even Tim Pool was like, yeah, Moonlord. We're talking about Moonlord. Yeah, sorry, I should use Moonlord's proper name. I hate blue cheese. One more for the butthurt hate watchers. Tim, my guy, the same folks who cry and spam nonstop over Twitter will never get off their butts to knock doors or harvest ballots. A real-life mission for the betterment of all. Cry more, Jeremy. Oof, the feud is on. Last day as a member and also last super chat. You'll never find your moral compass on top of that fence. Wish you all well. Oh, sorry, it was 100. I don't know what the R stands for. Before I'm like, that's you paid $100 to say goodbye? That's a painful farewell, you know? Tim, I love you, man. Many look up to you. You gotta address the elephant, man. You always say to be principled. We are holding you to that standard. Damn. Woot do for you. You're right. Dreamcast. Weakcast. Don't say her name. Ian told me. He plays the skin flute in his spare time. His girlfriend is a dude. 99. This is so high school. The insults that are being flown, by the way. You're gay. These guys are gay. Yeah, you're all gay now. You're all gay cucks. Because gay. Is he really just going to ignore it? Unblock Jeremy and bring him on. Tell him to bring receipts. Jeremy honestly wants to squash this. He will destroy Eliza live on the show. Don't you know? Tim doesn't care about the audience. Man, they were big mad. Brought to you by Eliza. Hey Tim, will you trade all your chickens for a blue elephant that lays golden eggs? Wow. The chat's better than the show. Blue Waffles Timmy. The fake cast, the fuck cast. Talk about Eliza. This is why human society on this planet is done. Toe hairs. Mad respect for John Rich, one of my favorite guests. Looking forward to seeing blah blah. Timmy's mocking the chat. So Tim fires back. Smash the like button if you don't trust Eliza Blue. I will like because I don't trust her. I will dislike because I trust her. Hit the thumbs up, thumbs down. Timmy loves the blue waffle. Poll is rigged. I trust Eliza Blue over the simp class. Tim responds to the situation by calling her low tier.
Lot of drama comments. Let's start reading them. Jimbo says, so many came here to spread hate, not realizing their views and commentary help boost the algorithm for old Timmy boy. You don't like it, watch something else. Otherwise, you're clowning yourselves. Well, I appreciate the super chat and appreciate it. And then I put up a poll and I said, smash the like button if you don't trust Eliza Blue. And 89% said, I will like because I don't trust her. That means everybody who smashed the thumb.
Oh my God, y'all got played by Beanie Logic? You got beanied? Man, that's pretty wild. It's pretty brutal, if I'm being totally honest. And it was so easy, too. It's like, yeah, all these hate watchers are here. Smash like if I agree with you. Hopefully you don't all upvote my stream.
Thumbs down, trusts Eliza Bleu. All right, well, that was an interesting, it's 13,000 votes. It's interesting to see that so many people came here to support her by giving us a thumbs down. Well, I can't say I'm surprised. A lot of people do support her. Scroats and McGoats.
And it's still backfired. They were like, fuck you, Tim. I apologize. I apologize to that community. You were not, in fact, beanied. He tried to beanie you, but in fact, you fought back. I think, unfortunately, you still lost, because I think interaction, even negative interaction of that measure, if you suddenly got thousands and thousands of likes, like, is that stream still up? I want to know what the upvote to downvote ratio is.
Says, last night as a member, if Tim doesn't disavow Eliza tonight, get the out, Scroats McGoat. You can cancel right now, and see you later.
He's using his big boy voice and some naughty words. Big boy voice, naughty words. You don't often see the Beanie Man this upset. Wow, this is fucking fun.
You will never wave money in my face and make me disavow anybody, especially someone I care so little about. Eliza Bleu. She's been on the show 2 times. If you're going to cancel because I won't do what you say, you shouldn't have been here in the first place. Bye-bye. Don't let the...
He got downvoted. He got raised. 21,000 upvotes to 23,000 downvotes. Well, I guess the victor of this, not the war, but the battle. Would probably be Jeremy Hamlin.
Door hit your ass on the way out. All right, what else do we got? DJ Zeno says, unsubbed on members only after over a year. Here's $5 FU dollars for, I'm pretty bummed. Thought you stood against censorship. Hope you change. See you later, buddy. Look, sad to see you go, but I will never cater to a mob. And
wow, that one was a lot nicer. First one was like, fuck you. Yeah. And this one is like, oh, so there may be a pattern here. Maybe I'm not going to shit on all of you at
that's
once.
it. End of story. Eliza Bleu is not important. She's not important to me. She's not a member of Congress. She doesn't enact policy. She is a low-tier internet personality that for some reason people are desperately obsessed with, and I literally don't care. So have a nice day.
I gotta say this: if someone got banned off Twitter or any platform for a reason other than violating the terms of service, that's a big deal and should be taken up and will be if it happened with the Twitter administration or the administration of the social network. But the personal stuff it's like, no offense, TMZ garbage. It's like National Enquirer. I mean, if you like it, oh God. But there's a lot we can build.
Questioning you.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. The stakes are a little low. It's not the same as covering more important stories, of which I can't really push back on any of that. After all, it's a feud between 2 large communities of right-wing assholes. But I do like when giant communities of right-wing assholes battle each other. Because right now, they're not battling trans people, black people, indigenous people, white allies, going after any of those groups. They're leaving all those groups alone right now, and they're fighting each other. They're clashing, if you will, a creator clash. I don't know if anyone's ever thought of that name, so maybe I'll copyright it soon. But either way, that's better, So let them fight is a perfectly acceptable genre, I believe.
I don't care if people care about this stuff; they're allowed to. But like the idea that people are going to come here and threaten, like I will cancel my membership because you're not talking about someone no one ever heard of. It's like, dude, I get that you know who she is, but you know what's funny about Jack Murphy and Eliza Bleu is that here's what happens.
Oh, so I was trying to pull up the quartering tweets from yesterday to juxtapose them with what was happening. As per usual, he has deleted them all, and I didn't have them screenshotted. But they were along the veins of just calling him a grifter a lot and saying that he's farming data and refusing to, like, talk and, like, oh my god, why are you making this about you? Of course you make this about you. And then I think when he was done his stream, that's when Tim Pool took to Twitter to be like, stop being obsessed with me. I almost got ratioed. Everyone is trying to date me. It's like the people tweeting at me don't know who I am, like, at all, which is really turns self-awareness to zero. You're always going after trans people all the time on Twitter. And yeah, just either individuals or groups. It doesn't really matter to you.
People ask questions about these personalities. And I know most people listening are like, I have no idea who these people are. And that's exactly it. We had about 40,000 peak concurrent viewers We get, 300 to 500,000 video viewers plus 100,000 on the podcast, and then about 1 million across the clips. And the people who watch have no idea what the people in the chat are talking about when it comes to Eliza Bleu or Jack Murphy. In fact, John, do you know who Eliza Bleu is?
The only reason I knew is because I saw you guys talking about it one time.
One time we mentioned.
I never learned about her organically. No.
So what I think is going on, to be completely honest, is that the people who are claiming they hate her are actually probably a paid reputational firm to promote her. So that's why I brought this up last week. There are companies you can hire that will spam the internet to generate buzz and attention for you. There's no such thing as bad press. So when I see people like flooding our comments and saying things that aren't true, like I'm canceling my membership, I can see who's canceling the memberships. Like I can literally, I own the website, and this past week we have gained slightly more members than we normally gain. And it's probably because the guests we had on last week or whatever, and whatever. Jack Posobiec, maybe, he's a great personality. And so we gain several hundred per week, and we gain a little bit more than that on average. With people coming in claiming that they're canceling their memberships, maybe they are, but we're gaining more than they're being canceled. I think that many of these people, I think two things are happening.
Okay.
One, a lot of it's inorganic promotion of Eliza Bleu. A ton of content flooding the internet, bringing up a personality no one's ever heard of, makes her instantly famous to even the likes of, 9-time Grammy nominee John Rich, who's not heard of her. Mm-hmm. That's the point. They want us to talk about her because they're being paid to generate controversy. They either want to, that's why it doesn't matter if we say anything good or bad.
Yeah.
If we say, look, we're doing the story, Shane Cashman's, nope, it's bad. Mm-hmm. We say, okay, we're not going to talk, oh, nope, now it's bad. I think it's
well, that's just you. You're a milquetoast fence sitter, and you're proud of it. So yeah, you won't really take a position on in most things, unless it's things that you're already very safe within your own sphere of the right. Like what pays the bills to say and do. Then yes, you'll go real hard at the things like anti-LGBTQ hysteria, transphobia, homophobia, racism. You'll lean heavy into those things because at that point it's like, oh yeah, everyone else agrees on this, but this one's kind of divisive. Half the people seem to really stand behind Eliza Bleu, and the other half are like, "Oh, she's a grifter and a shill." So I don't know where to position myself.
It's a PR campaign. In order, I think people are being paid to promote her.
Yeah, it keeps you in the cycle, basically.
That's right. She's never been more famous because of this.
Exactly.
And so I'll be completely honest.
That's so wild because this is not like a good look on her. This is obviously a whole bunch of backlash and people being like, did she actually fake being a victim of sexual assault? Did she actually fake being a victim of human trafficking? Did she, like, no one wants that as the reason why people are talking about you if you're a public figure. Has your whole life been built upon lies? And have you actually been lying about something that is so serious and severe that for you to become an activist and one that actually excludes other people from these spaces, such as, sex workers and other stuff, is that in and of itself not really bad,
With the Shane Cashman story, I told Shane Cashman I didn't want him to do the story because he went from profiling Ye to Carrie Lake and now to a low mid-tier internet personality over that I just think the next he was supposed to be interviewing Andrew Tate. We reached out to Tate. As Shane mentioned, this may kill the story, and Tate said yes. And so we were like, this is great. Shane writes tremendous work. I said, I don't think he should do it because clearly they're trying to promote Eliza Bleu. That's what this whole thing is about. She's never been more famous. Yeah. And I think it's beneath him. But he said, look, man, I really, really want to dig in and do the story. It's 80,000 words, is massive. And I'm like, look, man, you do your thing. I'm not going to tell you what you can or can't write. I trust you. At Timcast, we don't tell people they have to say something. They can't say things. Someone wants to post offensive memes on social media. I'm not going to fire them over it. Shane comes to me and says, "Is this story I got to tell?" I say, "You do your thing." But I'm telling everybody who's who's listening and doesn't know who this is. I will just explain. Right now, there's a massive campaign from high-profile personalities to promote and make Eliza Bleu famous. She has stated she wants to be famous, even to Shane Cashman, and so they're coming and spamming us with comments to force us to talk about her like we are.
That's so wild. This isn't a conspiracy theory. The person who's doing this, they're saying in the comments, they're like, Jeremy's right. The quartering sent me hats. Like
right now to make her more famous. Yep. It's working, and I was like, let's not go anywhere near this because someone's.
Oh, you're such a coward. So that's just so you don't have to address it or talk about it or take a position. That way you can just be on the fence the entire time. Okay, nice. We have the quartering deleted tweets. I am sorry this is happening to you. He can't fucking believe this. This is wild. Did he just say he's getting paid to promote Eliza Bleu? Whoa, lol. So that's what he was doing. And then, yeah, I guess this person did all this work. So if you have $1 to spare, go, or you can just go support at CrabCrawler1 for receipts on silly things that happen between all these little ghouls. So how do you finish things, Jeremy? Ad for your coffee, looking at his channel, talking about his channel's failing.
A topic that his viewers want him to cover, okay? Tim picks his topics. It's his own show. It's his own platform. With Tim, I'm chilling. I've got to go help my arguing with.
It's okay. So honestly, why are you going after him for the Eliza Bleu shit? That's the part of it where it's like, this is just all content farming. This whole thing is massive content farming. I think they're honestly doing, like, making Tim Pool's life a little worse, which is a win. That part's worse because he seems to be genuinely like, oh, you're gonna leave my show? Well, fuck you. And then someone else is leaving. He's like, you're gonna leave my show, eh? Well, I'm sorry you feel that way. All right, you know what? I'm gonna talk about this for a while and not read super chats. So I'm not endorsing Eliza Bleu. I'm also not I've gotten better numbers. My numbers have gone up since talking about this. It's not like you're taking people away. Like that part's that's a win, you know. But in terms of what the quartering's doing, it just seems like he's
Timmy Pool.
Farming.
I wish him all the best. Hopefully he'll let me.
Because that's what he does. He farms, he farms, he farms.
Can I get a countdown?
Now he's talking about Joe Rogan blasted for Jew comment. Tim Pool attacks his fans. Okay, this one's even newer.
Scroats McGoat says, last night as a member, if Tim doesn't disavow Eliza tonight, get the out, Scroats McGoat. You can cancel right now and see you later. You will never wave money in my face and make me disavow anybody, especially someone I care.
Of course. So it'll be really epic. We do like the canceling crab dance, and then right afterwards, could you put like the SJW 2016 Trump victory scream? Yeah, put that in there, obviously. Popped onto Twitter last night. Seems Pool's fans were disgusted with him over a rant he did. Well, it's probably the one where he's talking about the Eliza Bleu situation.
But anyway, last night Tim reacted to his chat very aggressively and emotionally, and I don't really want to.
By the way, the last video ended with, I'm not going to be making more content out of this. I wish you the best, Tim. I'm not trying to start a civil war. There's not going to be any more videos. It was like next day.
Play and the endless clips. I feel like I have secondhand embarrassment. I don't think it was Tim's best moment, but I don't really want to perpetuate sharing that out and making it worse on him. We did find out, he mentioned...
That's just scans, like transparent scumbag. It's just awesome seeing him be a transparent scumbag to a fellow fucking bigot. So it's bigot versus bigot. But this whole thing, he's doing the same act that he does with everyone else, you know? Like, oh, you know, I didn't want this to happen. This was like the last thing that I wanted, and it's like really fucked up. But it's so embarrassing for Tim too, and it looks so bad on him. And obviously he's like sown the wrong, and he's like farming this all for content. Not me though. I'm actually just like stating facts and stuff like that. But it's so embarrassing for him. I hope he can recover. I hope he can change his mind about these things.
I guess why he blocked me, and so I
the war of pettiness.
It illegitimately could be just a misunderstanding.
And from Tim Pool's perspective, he's just like blocked. It's just like, okay, well, this fucking scumbag weasel is now coming after me. I'm just gonna block you.
I do also want to say, like, you know, it's not like I didn't antagonize the guy. I don't really have, you know, I have issues with, you know, the ignoring the stories, you know, going back to Jack Murphy. And clearly this
dude, you were possessed. He started these fucking Murphy wars back around that time. What was it called? The sperm wars. And he kept making video after video after video about Jack Murphy, and just how you were posting Jack Murphy's old porn, which he like did not consent to you doing on Twitter. And I think you even got a suspension for that. Like, you were fucking nonstop going off about Jack. Like, it's a total lie that it's like, oh, well, you know, I barely mentioned the guy. In
past blue thing where he gives a really weak sauce reason for not doing it. He says, oh, she's irrelevant. She doesn't have this or that. Well, the woman's been on your show twice. She's relevant enough to have more appearances on Timcast than I do. So, I mean, I think, and I'm irrelevant. You know, he's talking about world leaders. He's trying to get politicians. He's trying to really take Timcast to the next level. And I think he's going to do it. He's going to be very successful at it.
He's got a rotating cast of white supremacists. It's like, hey, how's it going? Nick Fuentes, Milo Yiannopoulos, yay. How are you all doing? Jack Pacevic, really good to see you once again.
But he mentioned, after the paywall, of course, goes up, that he...
Oh, John Doyle, you're here. You're a Christian fascist.
Aggressive threat or something like that. He did not misrepresent what I said. And I put out the tweets. I just want to say, like, back on January 25th, I said, for sure, I'll reach out to Cassandra soon. That was in regards to me saying, like, I didn't share any of his messages here. That was in regards to rebooking, right? Then last Friday, I said, even though our viewers want war, I don't. I was trying to cool it down a little bit. And I said, please tell me this dude took her to task, as in like Shane. Hopefully Shane was going to do a good job. And then he said, what? And then blocked me. I didn't know I was blocked at the time. It just said he's not available on Messenger. So I was like, oh, I don't know, maybe he's messaging. I literally didn't think I even sent out a tweet. I was like, hey man, I'm trying to message you. I don't know. So he said that he took this as some sort of veiled threat. It was not intended in that purpose. But I can also see why maybe given all the heat that was getting heaped on him, he felt that way. And so, you know, it's definitely not what I intended. I was definitely trying to just kind of play it chill, you know, try to be like, come on, man, tell me like what I was basically trying to be like, come on, man, tell me that, you know, Shane's going to write a killer piece and everything's going to be okay. And he took that as a threat. I clearly was not to me, but I 100% understand why he might feel that way. I also want to address the memes because apparently that really hurt his feelings. I don't know. This is what people said he said in the members only section where you have to pay $10 to see it.
This is all so petty.
You know, part of his plan.
Eliza Bleu, she's been on the show 2 times. If you're going to cancel because I won't do what you say, you shouldn't have been here in the first place. Bye-bye. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
I mean, look, this is actually somewhat admirable, except delivered in an extremely, you know, emotional way. He's just trying to say like, hey, you know, I'm not can't be bought. I think that's a good thing. I also think that pretending that thousands of people in your chat who are, you know, berating you are all fake bots and a PR agency, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, that's all lies, but you're both liars.
Out there, or they're a coffee company. You know, just, you know what Tim's about now, okay? You know, he posted, you know, I think we all know where we both stand. And I
It's so funny. Like the theme of that last video was like, hey, I'm not telling you to not watch Tim Pool. I'm not telling you that Tim Pool's a bad guy. I wish him all the best. I'm not going to make more content about that. This one's like, so now you kind of all know what he's about. So if you're watching this, I guess you made the right choice.
Really want to get back on focusing on fighting the real enemy here. And I don't think Tim is that.
It's
so,
big tax
that's the last I'm going to
censorship.
say about it. If Shane's new, you know, Shane Cashman's part 2 comes out, I'm going to cover that. But I'm not going to cover any more like Tim versus.
Okay, fun stuff. Well, I guess the schism is complete. And may they continue to live happy lives, fighting each other in a variety of ways. Don't know what more I can say about it. Let them fight. That part. Absolutely. 100%. Let them fight.
Do you enjoy the Serfs but prefer not to have to use your eyeballs? Many are saying this. Well, we've got the solution for you. It's the Serf Times in podcast form. Available on most major podcasting networks now. If you enjoy it, please consider leaving a good review and feedback because it really helps the show out, apparently, and it's free, just like the podcast.
To our gods, Xander Corvus and Peyton L. Juste, we shall spend many a generations building mighty cathedrals in your honor. To our monarch, Tom Spiker, we are but your oafish jesters, here to offer you a laugh at any opportunity. To our brave knights of the Round Table, Rachel K., Izzy Solidarity, Victoria Bell, Sebastian Demel, Mark Harmon, Benji Arnie, Scary Earth Human, Tony, DM Rivera, Resident Scarecrow, Sir Nickus, Cheryl Alvarez, Ruby Kelly, Brandon, Words Greenwood, Everything Important, Hegbert Celine, Matthew Scarborough, Stellar Vision, Ariane McCarthy, Doug Cady, Daniel Sutton, Jenna Tal, Dark Puppy, Quiet One 85, Anna Loves Riley, Omni, Riley and Anna, Poodlehawk, Multimondi, Trevbot EXE, Brian Ephraim, Anthropophojack, Catherine, Ramon Acosta, Incosin, Ralph Parler, Violent Orchard, Political Puppy, La Media Panza, Todd Buckingham, and Todd La Jeunesse. We salute our valiant heroes off to fight injustice everywhere.